If there's one natural calamity I believe no one viewing this would ever want to witness, it's a tsunami. The devastation from 2004 and then in 2011 showed us how immensely destructive they can be. Coastal towns that stood undisturbed for years get erased in moments. These are genuinely fearsome natural events. But looking back, some tsunamis were so gigantic they're challenging to fathom, with heights rivaling buildings and causing devastation from the U.S. to Japan. Here's a countdown of the 5 most colossal tsunamis ever recorded. If you find this intriguing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more from Why Society. While most tsunamis originate from enormous underwater tremors that shift vast water volumes, not all have geological triggers. Enter the mega tsunami. Unlike its counterparts, this form arises when a swift addition of mass enters a water body, often due to a sudden landslide or an iceberg collapse. However, there's one historic event that not only gave birth to a mega tsunami, but also had global ramifications. Around 66 million years ago, an asteroid with a diameter ranging from 6.8 to 50.3 miles collided with the Yucatan Peninsula. This left behind the now famous Chicxulub impact crater. This colossal asteroid collision birthed a mega tsunami exceeding 100 meters in height, unparalleled in recorded history. It was so vast and swift that some researchers postulate the waves might have reached as far as Chicago, Montana, or even Canada. Yet, it wasn't just the wave that was catastrophic. An asteroid impact of this magnitude had the power to eradicate entire species. The collision, whether on water or land, instigated massive environmental shifts globally, potentially heralding the Ice Age and signaling the demise of the dinosaurs. Japan, a hotspot of geological activity, sits at the intersection of 3 tectonic plates and resides within the notorious Ring of Fire. This makes it a nest for active volcanoes. One notable example is Mount Unzen, a composite of several interlocking stratovolcanoes located near Shimabara, Nagasaki, on Kyushu, Japan's most southern primary island. Mount Unzen stirred to life again in 1990, rousing after centuries of dormancy. An eruption in 1991 produced a pyroclastic flow, resulting in the unfortunate demise of 43 individuals. Yet, the mountain is most infamously remembered for its 1792 catastrophe. During that period, the vicinity experienced a slew of earthquakes, leading to the sudden collapse of a lava dome into the sea. This initiated a mega tsunami, claiming over 14,000 lives, marking it as Japan's gravest volcanic incident. What made this wave particularly lethal was its trajectory. It first ravaged the Higo province across the Ariake Bay, rebounded, and assaulted Shimabara once more. Reports suggest this wave soared up to 330 feet, or 100 meters, granting it the might to infiltrate miles inland, obliterating everything in its wake. Of the total casualties, an estimated 5,000 were attributed to the landslide, another 5,000 to the tsunami's first onslaught across the bay, and the rest when the wave rebounded. In terms of sheer destructive capability, few geological occurrences parallel the Mount St. Helens explosion in 1980. This event stands as the most substantial terrestrial landslide in known history, stemming from a tumultuous volcano and its extraordinarily aggressive outburst. A hallmark of this eruption was the comprehensive breakdown of its northern face, spawning a colossal pyroclastic flow. Yet, an equally calamitous event emerged from this collapse. As the mountain's flank disintegrated, the debris thundered into the nearby Spirit Lake. This sudden intrusion caused a towering tsunami, reaching heights of 860 feet, or 260 meters, above the usual lake level. Subsequently, the lake's expanse surged, growing from 13 acres to approximately 2,200 acres. Such inland tsunamis are among Earth's rarest natural calamities. This vast aquatic surge journeyed a considerable distance, toppling trees and structures in its path. Yet, even this immense body of water was overshadowed by the scalding ash cloud billowing from the mountain. This conjunction of water and ash birthed destructive lahars, congesting rivers and depositing a thick muck which required months to stabilize. With the passage of time, Spirit Lake replenished itself and now rests at about 3,406 feet in depth. Its levels are meticulously observed and managed, though it necessitated over 2 decades for the lake to restore its present state. From the calamity at Spirit Lake, it's evident that inland tsunamis can bring about catastrophic consequences for those unfortunate enough to be in their wake. But Spirit Lake wasn't a pioneering instance. Merely 17 years before, Italy had witnessed another devastating inland tsunami near a reservoir approximately 100 kilometers north of Venice. In the aftermath of World War, i.e. Italy embarked on various infrastructural projects, among which was the construction of the Morandi Bridge in Genoa and a hydroelectric dam. However, before its construction, numerous red flags suggested that the mountain overlooking it, Monte Toc, exhibited instability. As the dam took shape, local residents reported persistent tremors and landslides. But these warning signs were dismissed. Opting for caution, the authorities decided to reduce the reservoir's water level, a decision that would later prove disastrous. On October 9, 1963, a significant landslide hurled a mixture of rocks, vegetation, and soil into the reservoir. This caused a massive water surge that rocketed 250 meters above the dam before inundating the neighboring valley, obliterating every village it encountered. The tsunami's force in displacing air was reputedly greater than that of a nuclear explosion. However, first-hand testimonies of the event were scarce. Given that the vast majority, who were in the direct path, perished, about 80% from a few villages nestled in the valley, around 350 families, faced total obliteration. Subsequent probes attributed the landslide to the water levels reduction, compounded by substantial rainfall. The collective weight of the water and earth eventually overwhelmed the mountain's capacity to hold it. It's challenging to visualize tsunamis matching or surpassing the towering heights we've explored, some even rivaling the length of football pitches. One might ponder, can tsunamis escalate to thousands of feet? What magnitude of force would precipitate such an event? While some skeptics doubt its feasibility, the record-breaking tsunami of 1958 at Latuya Bay in Alaska offers a definitive answer. On a tranquil July evening, the bay was jolted by a powerful quake, dislodging roughly 36 million cubic meters of rock, which tumbled 3,000 feet into the Gilbert Inlet. This caused a massive displacement of water, culminating in a gargantuan wave. By gargantuan, we refer to a staggering 1,720 feet, or approximately 520 meters in height. As it barreled through the fjord, it raised trees and vegetation in its path, wrenching millions of trees from the earth. Astonishingly, the casualty count stood at just 5, attributed to the bay's scanty population. It underscores the lethal potential of tsunamis, especially when catalyzed by landslides. The enormity of the dislodged landmass and its descent's height made this landslide extraordinarily perilous. In retrospect, no similar event has paralleled its magnitude. While we've emphasized the might of tsunamis multiple times, this incident furnishes a yardstick of their potential magnitude. Whether birthed by seismic activities or landslides, tsunamis rank among Earth's most lethal phenomena. If this narrative piqued your interest, consider viewing similar content by clicking the provided link. Appreciate your viewership, and we anticipate our next rendezvous.